Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a fantastic morning. So, we're going to get straight to it, per usual. The topic of discussion today revolves around a word, that word being accountability. In my perception, the word accountability goes as one being aware of their actions and their willingness to respond to them. So, I feel as though the world that we are living in currently, we are living in an accountability epidemic. And the other day, I think it was the other day, about a week ago, or whatever the case may be, I made a video discussing two concepts, pride and humility. And I feel as though the angle of which I'm going to be approaching this is going to correlate to the properties that I stated in terms of the word pride, basically, and the specific things that I mentioned within that video in particular. Long story short, in that video, I mentioned how there are various individuals who they always think they are right. Their ideology is extremely rigid. It is not flexible. They are not open minded. Therefore, the outside information, external information that they may be exposed to that doesn't resonate with their ideology or what they are thinking previously, they're automatically going to ridicule it. They're going to disregard, dismiss it because it is unfamiliar to them. In other words, whatever they may be exposed to is immediately incorrect, even when it may be correct. Even when statistics, empirical data refer and point to the instance of their point being proven wrong and being of a fabrication, I would say, they're always going to be correct. Or within their mind, their thinking, their ideology will always overrule all. And in terms of people lacking accountability, that goes hand in hand with that standpoint in terms of people always thinking they are right. Now, I also mentioned people are not perfect. We are not perfect. We have our own faults. We have various imperfections about ourselves. And I'm not saying in first glance, the word imperfection, I feel as though has a negative connotation in the standpoint of it is an extreme travesty to have something that is not perfect about you. In my perception, I feel as though having imperfections is a blessing in terms of you being able to realize what you need to improve on, right? Because, like I said, as humans and as we get older, as we become adults, life becomes a game. Life, in terms of um the formula in which society abides by, like, you grow up, go to school, go to college, and then you follow the formula of immediately attempted to get a job upon receiving your bachelor's degree, master's degree, etc., so on. That's a rigid formula, and I'm going to talk more about that in another video because that's something that I have recently been thinking about as well. But in short, right, there isn't a handbook to life. Society tries to paint this picture in terms of there being a structure that we must follow, that being a rigid structure, and there is no other way to go about life. That is not the case. You can be successful without college. It is possible. There are tons of millionaires, tons of, matter of fact, if you're looking at professional sports, tons of NBA players. I mean, not nowadays, but back in the day. LeBron James didn't go to college. I believe J.R. Smith didn't go to college either. Multi-millionaires. I mean, J.R. Smith did go to college after his NBA career concluded, but you get what I'm saying. LeBron James didn't go to college. Stephen Curry, I believe, graduated college. Um, he graduated college not too long ago. I believe it was a couple years ago. I don't think it was a decade ago. But in short, the structure in terms of how people the structure in terms of what people abide by, in terms of how they live, it's rigid. And I feel as though within the point I'm trying to get at, right? People have to realize they have faults. Various things about themselves may not resonate with others in terms of them making mistakes without them even knowing it. And people attempt to provide them with constructive criticism, and their immediate mindset is they are being attacked. When in reality, they are trying to help you. They are trying to assist. They are trying to assist you to improve. And granted, some people may provide constructive criticism within a hostile manner, but it's all with a great heart. It's all with pure intentions. They are looking out for you. You may make a mistake, and I'm trying to think of many examples making people feel uncomfortable or whatever the case may be. Stealing because you may not have enough money to purchase something, so you think the perfect alternative is to steal something. And obviously, if you get caught stealing, that is a crime. However, if you get caught stealing and one of your closest friends tries to convict you, you immediately think that they are not real because they are not being a yes man. They are not supporting your decision to steal. When in reality, the nature of stealing is not the ethical thing to do. So they are trying to convict you, and you are dismissing them, and you perceive them to be hostile against you because you think stealing is right. Simply because of your circumstances, it's definitely a conditional circumstantial aspect. Like you may be short with money, but that doesn't make it right. Stealing doesn't make it right just because of your circumstances. And you can even consider this from the gospel point of view. I don't care what nobody says. There is no such thing as a perfect Christian. No such thing. There are various individuals devoted to Jesus Christ who have sinned. There is no such thing as a sinless Christian. There are pastors who have some devious skeletons in the closet that they are taking to the grave. I'm telling you, they may depict this image on the outside of them being this fully devoted, obviously they're fully devoted Christian, but yeah, a fully devoted Christian who can do no wrong, who have never done any wrong throughout their lifetime. I guarantee you, you do not know them to the fullest extent. You do not know people to the fullest extent. People are hiding specific things, and they are never ever going to disclose it because it's not the standpoint of them lacking accountability. I mean, I'm sure they've taken accountability for their actions and they vowed to never ever commit those actions ever again. But they don't want to, especially from the pastor point of view, them trying to uphold this image within their church. They are never ever going to, I shouldn't say, I shouldn't portray this image to every pastor because I know there's some pastors that may have been open with their members, but there are various pastors who are keeping secrets. They are. I wholeheartedly believe in the notion of their a sinless Christian being non-existent. It doesn't exist. They don't exist. And there's a lot of people, right? They get caught up on a lie. People cheat on one another and they get caught up. They get caught. And they still attempt to justify their actions in terms of cheating on their partner. Instead of just taking accountability. You got caught, man. You shouldn't have cheated on him or her. Why are you trying to justify it? Or I'm gonna give you a crazier one. I'm gonna give you, this may sound absolutely asinine. Pedophilia has become a trending thing, I would say. I watch the YouTuber Gideon a lot. I'm sure you guys know who Gideon is. He essentially, if you don't know who he is, he conducts sting operations to catch pedophiles on the spot. I feel as though there are pedophiles in this world who attempt to justify their actions. And I'm not one to judge. That is up to God to judge. I'm just saying the truth. Pedophilia is unethical. It is as unethical as it gets. Having a pedophilia charge on your record is if not the worst charge to have. Pedophilia is disgusting. It is. And there are various individuals who attempt to justify it instead of just taking accountability and moving on and becoming a better person. What accountability does is allow you to realize your faults, and it is up to you to take action to prevent these faults from happening again. It becomes a learning experience the first time around, but if you fail to take accountability and you stay true to your actions, then it's not accountability at that point. It's just you deliberately choosing to embrace the imperfections within you that is called for improvement. And like I said, that goes hand in hand with pride. Like, individuals may perceive themselves to be this wholly perfect being. We're not perfect. Accountability is important. Constructive criticism and or conviction is integral. And if you have friends who continuously convict you for your actions, they are real. If you are doing something that is clearly a threat to society, that is clearly an action that disrupts harmony around you, and you have friends who support that instead of convict you, they're not real. Real friends are going to hold you accountable. But you also have to be real with yourself. Love yourself. If you really love yourself, you're going to take that constructive criticism to the chin and strive to become a better person for you, for your environment, for your family, for everyone who loves you. But we live in an accountability epidemic, unfortunately. So that's all that I have to say. Hope you guys enjoyed my ramble. I will see you guys the next time I feel led to record another video. Take care. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.